Top 8 royal dresses that broke protocol in public. Picture this: cameras flashing, crowds lining the streets. A royal steps out of a car, smiling, waving, composed from head to toe, and then the whispers start. Not because the dress is ugly, not because it's poorly made, but because something feels off. A neckline too daring, a color that carries the wrong meaning, a silhouette that pushes past centuries of unspoken rules. Royal fashion is never just fashion. Every hemline, every sleeve, every fabric choice is quietly measured against tradition. Some rules are written, most are not. And that's what makes these moments so powerful. Because when a royal breaks protocol in public, it's rarely accidental, and even when it is, the reaction is instant. So what does breaking protocol really mean? It can mean wearing black when you're not mourning, showing bare shoulders at a daytime engagement, revealing too much leg, choosing modern trends over symbolic restraint, or simply dressing in a way that reminds the public that behind the crown is still a woman making her own choices. Let's count down the royal dresses that crossed the line and became unforgettable. At number 8, Princess Diana and the Revenge Dress. Few outfits in modern royal history carry as much emotional weight as Princess Diana's infamous black revenge dress. Worn in 1994, this off-the-shoulder, figure-hugging gown appeared on Diana at the exact moment Prince Charles publicly admitted his affair. The timing alone made it explosive, but the dress itself was a direct challenge to royal expectations. Black was traditionally reserved for mourning. Bare shoulders were considered inappropriate for a senior royal woman, and the confident, body-conscious silhouette was a far cry from the pastel suits Diana once wore as the shy new princess. This wasn't just a dress, it was a statement. Diana didn't say a word that night, she didn't need to. The message was visual, emotional, and unmistakable. For the first time, the world saw a royal woman step fully outside the palace rulebook and reclaim her narrative in public. At number 7, Queen Letizia of Spain and the sheer floral shock. Queen Letizia is often praised for her modern, polished style. She regularly balances contemporary fashion with royal expectations. But one floral dress sparked controversy because it crossed into risky territory: sheer fabric. In photographs taken under strong lighting, the transparency of the dress became obvious. For a working royal attending a formal daytime engagement, visible sheerness breaks long-held standards of modesty. Spanish royal watchers immediately noticed. Some defended her, arguing the design was subtle and fashion-forward. Others felt it was a reminder that runway trends don't always translate well into royal duty. The palace remained silent, but the public debate did all the talking. In royal fashion, when people argue whether something is appropriate, protocol has already been tested. At number 6, Meghan Markle and the bare shoulder moment. From the moment Meghan Markle entered royal life, her wardrobe choices were scrutinized more intensely than almost any royal before her. And one off-the-shoulder dress became a lightning rod for criticism. Royal women are traditionally expected to keep shoulders covered during official daytime engagements. It's an old rule, rooted in formality and respect. When Meghan stepped out with bare shoulders, critics saw it as a clear breach. Supporters argued she was modernizing the monarchy and reflecting contemporary style. Critics argued she ignored protocol she should have respected. The debate wasn't really about the dress. It was about identity, expectation, and change. That's why this moment stands out. The dress didn't just break protocol. It symbolized the cultural clash between royal tradition and modern individuality. At number 5, Catherine, Princess of Wales and the windblown skirt. Catherine is often described as the gold standard of royal dressing. Conservative, elegant, safe. That's exactly why this moment made headlines. During a public engagement, a sudden gust of wind lifted her skirt, creating an awkward moment caught by cameras. While completely accidental, it still highlighted a key royal rule: anticipation matters. Royal dresses are typically designed with weighted hems and careful tailoring to prevent exactly this scenario. Catherine handled it with grace, laughter, and composure. But the moment reminded everyone that even the most protocol-conscious royal can be undone by something as simple as the weather. In royal fashion, perfection is expected, and even accidents are noticed. At number 4, Queen Rania of Jordan and the bold cutouts. Queen Rania is globally admired for her elegance, intelligence, and fashion-forward choices. But a dress featuring subtle cutouts sparked controversy because it challenged cultural expectations tied to Middle Eastern royalty. While the design was refined and tasteful, the exposed skin stood out. Critics argued it leaned too Western for official appearances. Supporters praised her for redefining what royal femininity can look like in the modern world. This moment matters because it shows that protocol isn't universal. What's acceptable in one monarchy can be controversial in another. When Queen Rania wore that dress, she wasn't just breaking a rule, she was pushing a boundary shaped by culture, tradition, and global scrutiny. At number 3, Princess Charlene of Monaco and the strapless surprise. Strapless gowns are glamorous, elegant, and red carpet approved. But in royal settings, they're usually reserved for private galas, not official appearances. That's why Princess Charlene's strapless evening gown caused such a stir. The dress itself was sleek and sophisticated, but the lack of straps immediately raised protocol questions. Was this too informal, too Hollywood, too far removed from royal tradition? Fashion critics praised the look, royal watchers hesitated, and that tension is exactly what makes this moment memorable. Charlene didn't look inappropriate, she looked powerful. And sometimes, power itself unsettles tradition. At number 2, Crown Princess Victoria and the high slit controversy. High slits walk a dangerous line in royal fashion. A slight opening can be elegant. A thigh-high slit can be headline-making. Crown Princess Victoria wore a gown that revealed far more leg than royal protocol usually allows. While the overall look was polished and formal, the slit drew immediate attention. Swedish media debated the look intensely. Was it a modern update to royal style, or an unnecessary flirtation with red carpet trends? The palace offered no explanation, but the public reaction cemented the dress as a protocol-pushing moment. Sometimes, one design detail is all it takes to shift a royal look from acceptable to controversial. At number 1, Queen Elizabeth II and the rare black glamour. It may surprise many, but even Queen Elizabeth II occasionally bent protocol, especially when it came to black evening wear. Traditionally, the Queen reserved black strictly for mourning. Seeing her wear black gowns at celebratory evening events raised eyebrows. But context was everything. These appearances were formal, regal, and paired with full royal regalia, tiaras, orders, and historic jewels. When the Queen wore black outside mourning, it wasn't rebellion. It was authority. She didn't need permission to bend the rules, she defined them. That's why this moment earns the top spot. When the Queen broke protocol, it wasn't controversial. It was commanding. Royal protocol exists to preserve tradition, dignity, and symbolism. But fashion is a language, and sometimes it speaks louder than rules ever could. Each dress on this list tells a deeper story about power, individuality, cultural shifts, and moments when royal women stepped just far enough outside the lines to remind the world they're more than symbols. So the next time a royal outfit sparks debate, remember this. Behind every so-called protocol breach is a message waiting to be decoded. And in royal fashion, those messages never stay quiet for long.